So, how exactly do we face our fears? We already said that they're real and we have them for a reason, right? I mean, I think it's in making the leap. That's what I think a solution is. In jumping before you're ready, in not waiting until you feel like you're fully prepared. You may have heard that the opposite of fear is courage, but courage is actually moving forward despite our fears. A quick story from my youth. When I was in high school, I was selected to be a part of a 4-member team that represented our high school on a local PBS show called Battle of the Brains. It was a trivia question show similar to Jeopardy, but you competed as a team, so anyone could ring in after the question was asked. We were to compete against another school on air. It was going to be live. I was excited. My family was excited. I was going to be on TV. I mean, this was a big deal in the small town where I'm from. Well, the eagerly anticipated night came. The questions started coming. Students from both sides were ringing in and answering questions. And can you guess how many times I rang in to answer the questions that were posed? The answer is not once. Not one time did I get a chance to even see if my answer was correct or not. And I knew a number of the answers, but I was never quick enough with the buzzer. And at the time, I just thought it was because the questions were hard, but I later understood what happened. As I said, I knew the answers to some of the questions, but others on my team or the other team simply beat me to the buzzer. I didn't know then what I know now, which is that in order to compete on Battle of the Brains or on Jeopardy or in life, many times you have to leap first. You have to ring in, push that button, and trust that the answer will come to you. Raise your hand in class before you've fully developed your response. Start eating better before you think you're fully ready. Start walking before you begin your exercise plan. Say, I love you, or I'm sorry, and start to mend relationships in your family before you think you're ready. Just start and trust that you can deal with what comes next because you can. That's how you overcome fears. You make the leap time and time again. When I became certified 15 years ago and started TD Fitness, I remember worrying about what I would write on the blog from week to week. A friend told me to just start, and I'm glad that I did. Later, I worried that I'd run out of podcast topics. Well, over 112 episodes later, I'm glad I made the leap. I worried that I wouldn't have time to produce Fitbids consistently with my busy schedule and the demands of my career and family. Well, here we are, over 2 years later, still going strong. I worried that I wouldn't compete or complete the 140-mile Ironman triathlon and that all of my training would have been wasted. And now I rock my Ironman shirts with pride. I wasn't sure I'd be a good father, but having kids brings things into perspective. Now, I wouldn't trade anything in the world for being a #girl dad. The impossible is possible once we look past our fears, but sometimes we need to pull ourselves along. We do that by making the leap.